All right, so I do not know how to do what I'm trying to do right now. I've been failing for the past 20 minutes. So this is my, this is the folder that all of my OBS clips go to when I finish them, and you can see that I've got an entire day's worth of 618s, which are just me attempting to film an intro for the Hive, and it's not working. So I need to just do a no reset one. So, whatever. This whole video is just me talking anyway. So let's get into it. So if we go to my ready to go folder, which is a misnomer, these are not ready to go. They're not in a format that I can upload to YouTube, so I have to convert them. They don't have any editing done to them. So especially some of these, like I think these 531 ones, these are 3 attempts at the same level. Well, no, not, they wouldn't be. I don't know. I have a couple levels that I failed multiple times. And one of them, the third level that I play on Hive, I failed several times. And I think I have like 5 hours of footage that I'm going to need to sort through to edit together. I think I'm probably missing some of the clips. I probably just dragged the finished attempt into here, the successful attempt, and I need to go find the failed attempts. Anyway, I've got a lot of editing that I need to do for Hive, which has made me hesitant to upload anything. I was really negative, especially at the beginning, which I can make several excuses for. First of all, Hive is really complicated, and to get the most out of it, I felt like I could get more potential out of my other characters by focusing my mental energy on them, since they're level 7, level 5. And so I didn't give Hive the focus that I should have to really understand it and to get the most out of it. And so I was very negative towards Hive, especially for the first 2 levels. Then the 3rd level, I failed it repeatedly. And so that really forced me to kind of dig down and figure out what I was doing. And then now at this point, I'm level 6 on Hive, and I have enjoyed it a lot more. We just need to get to that point. So stick through it with me. Feel free to make fun of me and meme on me. I've got 37 gigabytes worth of footage that I need to go through and figure out what to upload and what not to. The final level I play on Shackles before I retire it, I've got 8 hours of footage for, I know. And I know that they're not all in here. Only the finished attempt is in here, so I'm gonna have to go find those, because that's gonna be an absolute nightmare to edit. I think it can be a really cool video, though, like the evolution of my strategy, because it's a really hard, really cool level. It's one of my favorite levels in the game. And then the eventual winning attempt was quite fun. Anyway, I've just got a lot of that kind of stuff to do. So first of all, a lot of the stuff I say about the Hive here is completely wrong. My inability to understand the transfers is very embarrassing. And so I'm perfectly comfortable with saying that I do think that Hive is one of the weakest characters in the game. And the only reason it is one of the weakest is completely a skill issue. So make fun of me all you want. I did not understand this class super well, and that definitely will show going through this and then through the first several levels of me playing it. It's not until I really retire the Shackles that I think I start to kind of get a grasp on one way to play Hive. The thing is, the class is just so malleable, and it can do so many different things that you can't help but feel like you're not optimizing correctly if you're only playing into one play style. But I think that's enough rambling, enough excuses, and so we'll get into it. I'm sorry I haven't been uploading anything, and I'm sorry for how whiny the next couple things are going to be. All right, here we go. It's been like an hour. Time to look at the Hive cards. I don't know. I'm very, very nervous to play this class because the little bit of, like, my friend who I play tabletop with, he has, like, he really, really likes to look into all of the classes and to, like, dig into all of their cards. And he has, like, on many occasions, he has, like, sent me combos and, like, cool abilities and things that you can do with the Hive before. And it just goes right over my head. Like, I have no idea what is going on with the pictures of the cards he's sending me and stuff like that. So hopefully hopefully I'll be able to figure it out and piece it all together. Living machines come from an era, and you know, given with the way the world is changing, I'm not looking forward to turning everything over to our AI overlords. And like, I already have to start by playing a robot myself. Living machines come from an era long past, built to serve a variety of functions, then cast into dormancy during a great cataclysm. The automatons once again are waking up and spreading their influence across the north. They call themselves unfettered. No longer bound by their original programming, they are now free to follow their own will. Not all of the ancient machines were able to fold into the unfettered cause, however. One example is the harrower imitative Voltic entity, or hive, an experimental model designed to mimic the swarm-like structure of a harrower. The hive employs a unique... Yeah, I always thought, like, from the name that this was going to be a harrower. The hive employs a unique processing structure that is distributed among many different smaller automatons that make up its larger form. This structure gives it much higher capacity for independent thought, and so, once awoken, it decides to set off on its own journey. Max complexity, no elements. Good at everything except support, kind of. Middle? Whatever. All right, let's dive in. So we're 11 cards, medium health pool. I kind of wish we were higher, but that's all right. And this 11 cards is really 10 cards, if I understand correctly. At the start of each scenario, play one card from your hand to perform its summon action. So yeah, we're definitely 10 cards. And place... To perform its summon action and place a mode token on it. This does not create a summon, but instead determines your mode. A set of effects written under the summon stat card that apply to you. Any summon actions performed... Wait, what? Any additional summon actions performed summon allies as normal and do not have their mode text applied to you. You cannot remove the mode card, the card with your mode token on it, from your active area. That makes sense. So we have a persistent passive, kind of like the Mind Thief, but we can't bring it down. You have a special optional ability called Transfer. When Transfer is performed, and you have at least one summon on the map, choose one of your summons and do the following. First, remove the summon from the map. Second, remove all damage and conditions on the summon, and you suffer that damage and gain those conditions. Third, teleport to the hex the summon occupied. This is the part that's terrifyingly confusing. So teleport to the hex the summon occupied. So the summon is on the map. You take it off the map. You go where it was. That becomes your mode. So move the mode token on your mode card to the card of the summon. So what was your summon is now your mode. And then place the summon of your previous mode in the hex that you occupied. So it's a three-way swap, right? What's on the field switches with you, becomes your mode, and your mode... Okay. I don't know why. I had never like pictured it as a three-way swap in my head before. I had always thought of it as a two-way swap, but it's a three-way swap. And so I think that will make it a little bit easier to understand. In this way, the chosen summon becomes your new mode. Your previous mode becomes a summon. See, that makes it kind of sound like it's a two-way swap, but it is a straight three-way swap. Do not change the card order in your active area, which determines the turn order of your summons. Oh, okay, great. That's not confusing at all. Let's just look at the perks real quick, and then we'll do cards. Remove 1 -1 and 1 +1 card. So we take out a +1, so we'll have a thin deck. Replace 1 -1 with 1 0. After this attack ability, grant one of your summons move 2. That's nice. So we get 3 of those. So we get to take out the -2 and 3 -1s. So we'll have 2 -1s. We don't take out any more. So we'll have 2 -1s in the end, which is kind of bad, but better to have... Well, I don't know. It looks like we're also going to have a lot of zeros because we replace a 0 with a +1, and here we add 3 zeros. So we still have 6 zeros. So that's very underwhelming. We still have 6 zeros and 2 -1s. Replace a 0 with a +1 after this attack ability. Transfer modes. So confusing. 3 add 1 +1 selves. So these were all replaces. So this takes us up to 21 cards. And then we add 2 +2 muddles. That's pretty good. And that's 23 cards. With a lot of them being positive. 23 cards. I think that that's actually pretty decent. Your odds of missing are pretty low with 23 cards. I also really like just one perk to get 2 rolling poisons. And then similarly with wound, but I think the poison is going to be more valuable. Whenever you long rest, you may do so at any initiative value, choosing your initiative value after all ability cards have been revealed. That is so, so good. And you decide how your summons perform their abilities for the round. That is amazing. So I can choose to have my guys go at 1 speed and just run away. That is really good. I think that's like required to be taken first. At the end of each of your short rests, you may transfer. Whenever you would gain wound, prevent the condition. Transfer each round is 1 mastery. Never going to happen. Transfer into 4 different summons in 1 round. How? 4 different summons out means that you would have to be down at 7 cards, but there's probably no way you're doing it on the first rest cycle. And so that means you're like down to 6 cards. And 4 in the same round. You'll have to like pull 2 attack abilities that transfer you, and then whatever. Oh, whatever. Okay, that's everything we need on here. Let's get back into this. I guess we could just put it on this for now. You can actually see the full screen for once, rather than the truncated version, because we don't really need the other stuff. But like, I can't have it like this normally because you have to have the X-Haven here, right? If X-Haven weren't here, it just wouldn't make any sense. All right. Let's just get right into it, right? So we're 11 cards, so we can draw 5, 5, 4. And that'll be all of the level 1 cards. Let's go in initiative order. Looks like all of our summons are slow, so I guess let's go in initiative reverse order. Reconstructive Aid. Summon Repair Drone. 3 health, 2 move, attack 1, range 3. At the end of each of your turns, perform heal 1, range 3. But it doesn't say that we get to control this, so it will just heal the person who has suffered the most damage, I think. Which is most of the time totally fine. Most of the time that's what I'm going to want. The only time I wouldn't is if Shackles is warded or baned. And I wouldn't necessarily want the bane to go off. At the start of each of your turns, perform heal 2 self. All your ranged attacks have 1 less range. That's really good. But also heal 3 regenerate self bottom. So I almost feel like there's not much point in playing the summon here. But it does remind me of... Oh, you know what? I'm going to switch it because my face was covering the cards. Heal 3 ward self bottom. Not ward, regenerate self. This reminds me of the healing sprite that the circles had, which I absolutely loved that summon. It was like a level 5 summon with... I think it only had 1 health, and then like 2 move, attack 1, range 3, heal 1 at the end of each turn. It might have had 2 health, but this is good. I think this is very good. I feel like mostly it's going to be played for the heal 3 self bottom, because healing ourselves is going to be really important. Because I guess if we would transfer into a summon and the summon has enough damage on it that we die, then we die. So healing is going to be very important. Especially like to play a bottom heal if I'm doing like a top transfer or something. Looks like we have transfers on both the top and the bottom, but okay. Reconstructive Aid is important. We can heal 2 each round, which is like a super regenerate if we have it in the active. Aimed Assault. Sniper Turret. No movement on it. And so this is one of the things that becomes really confusing because it has no movement, but we have to do the whole 3-point swap. So if we switch it... Okay. Where is the sniper turret? And then let's do the reconstructive aid, because that's the one we've looked at already. What is it? This guy. I cannot do this without a little bit of visualization. So, this guy can't move. We summon him. He's in the back. He's attacking at range. This guy is our mode, and Hive is like here. Hive has moved forward. Okay, we summon him in the beginning of the room, right? He's sniper turret going for us. Yay. Then we move towards the end of the room. And then now if we switch, then the sniper turret becomes our mode. The Hive goes where the sniper turret was, and the repair drone moves forward. And then somebody else opens the door. The repair drone will move forward. If we switch now, then the repair drone comes off. We go to the repair drone, and the sniper turret is back here where it was. So we have to have good movement when we play the sniper turret. Because after we transfer, we need to be able to move. I can also grant it movement, though. I can grant it movement. So that, I think, is going to be important with, like, these. That will be really important for these. Replace a -1 with a 0 after this attack. Grant one of your summons a move, too. That's super, super, super important for this sniper turret. Got it. I've got it. All of your single target melee abilities have +2 range. So all single target melee attacks are range 3. And reduce all of our moves by 1. So while the sniper turret is out, it is harder for us to move, and the sniper turret can't move. But we have ranged on every attack. Okay. I hear you. Then on the bottom, we have an attack 1, range 4. The arcing generator. 5 health. How much health did this thing have? Only 3. But it is 4 range, and it is attack 2. That's pretty decent. 3 health, 4 range. Very unlikely that this thing's going to get attacked and killed. Okay, arcing generator. 5 health, 4 move. 5 health, 4 move, attack 2. Attack targeting all adjacent enemies with Pierce 2. But then I reduce all of my attacks by 1, but gain 5 Pierce. So what will this be good against? I mean, attack 2, Pierce 2, like, isn't even all that good. Like, it would be okay against low health enemies. I guess it's okay against, like, frozen corpses. But the attack all adjacent enemies thing seems like almost kind of useless because it only has 5 health, so it's not going to be surrounded by enemies. Very rarely is it going to move into a position where it will hit 2 by itself, so I will have to command it to go to a place to hit 2 at the same time. But then, when it is in that location, it'll be pretty good. So what I need to do is I need to have, like, a tanky summon, like this guy who has 1 shield, or this guy who has 1 shield. I need to have a tanky summon, get surrounded, and get attacked a lot, and then I switch it with the shocking pulse so that it'll already be where I need it to be, and it attacks 2 and hits all adjacents. I'm picking up what you're putting down. On bottom, so the problem with this shocking pulse, okay, so I guess while this is out, I probably don't want to let this thing stay out much by itself because it has move 4, which is an insane amount of movement. But it does mean that, like, if I have the auto turret and the sniper turret is behind, the sniper turret is behind, then I can switch into the shocking pulse. No, because I switch to it, and the thing goes where I am. But maybe I'm just going to be really close anyway. Then this thing would have moved 4. It's not the repair drone. It's the hunter. No, it's the shocking pulse. But anyway, on the bottom, muddle all adjacents and all adjacent allies and enemies suffer 1. That seems really bad. Although I guess this is the same thing though, where it's I switch in and then I use my bottom to make all enemy adjacent suffer 1. Okay. Jackal Mech. 4 health, 3 move, wound with every attack, and retaliate 1. Oh, great. Okay. 2 attack. Then at the start of each of your turns, suffer 2, which we only have 8 health. And then we add +1 to all melee attacks. I just don't know how to feel about that. I like the summon. I'm very afraid of suffering 2 at the beginning of every round. And, like, it increases the damage of melee attacks, so you do not want to... Like, you want to be in there so that you're melee attacking and getting the bonus, but then you're in their melee range and you're suffering damage. Very sketchy. On bottom, move to attack 1 just seems fine. Coiled Limbs. The Leaper. We get to add jump to all of our moves, which is nice to have as a potential option. It's also just a move for jump on the bottom, so I almost feel like this is not even necessary. 7 health, move 5 jump, attack for 1, shield 1, focus on the enemy furthest from the hive. So this is how you get the shocking pulse into position. It goes for the enemy that's furthest... Oh, I should not have a level 2 card. I like it, though. Okay. This runs really far away, and it has some shielding, and it has a fair amount of health. So this thing, I can... Oh, wait. But if I... Oh, my goodness. Okay. So, if I have the coiled limbs go in, and I transfer... Then the coiled limbs comes to the passive. I go to the coiled limbs. And then the new thing, like the shocking pulse, goes where I was. That's right, isn't it? So I can't switch in to get the shocking pulse where the coiled limbs are. I have to double switch. Because then if I double switch... Do I have to double switch with a third summon? Oh my goodness. I don't know why, but I cannot figure this out. I cannot visualize it. I cannot understand what is happening. Okay. So, let's say... Okay, so I have 2 summons out. I have my repair drone out, and I have my coiled limbs out, and I'm back here. Then I've got the arcing generator as my mode, okay? This guy moves in. Then I transfer to switch. And so the leaper comes down. I go where it was. And my old mode goes where I was. Then now, if I want to switch, this summon could go down. So how do I put the arcing generator up there? I would need to have the arcing generator and the coiled limbs out already, right? The coiled leaper goes in. Then I switch. Then I can switch again. Why do I not understand this? Why am I so stupid? Maybe I'm just too tired right now. Maybe I'm just too tired. I'm not understanding. Okay, so now if I transfer, what happens? I could take the arcing generator off, and then I would go where it is. So wait, okay. If I switch, I need the arcing generator to be in the mode, and I need me to be standing where I need to go, is what I need to do. So I either have to be standing. So if I want to switch the leaper, then is it a triple switch? Because if I switch with the leaper goes into the mode. I go where the leaper was, and the old mode goes where I am. So is there just not a way to put the arcing generator in there? Because I need me to be here, and I need the arcing generator over here. But the coiled limbs is the one who has the really good movement. So he goes in. When I switch him, he comes out. I go here. This guy goes here. So in order to move the arcing generator there, the arcing generator needs to be over here. But then when I take the arcing generator out, I go back here, and the leaper comes up here. So would I have to do a 3-way shuffle? Would that work? So if the turn starts like this, the leaper goes in, the arcing generator does whatever. I swap with the leaper, and we go like that. And then I swap with the repair drone. So the repair drone comes out. No. This doesn't do anything. This gets me right back where I was. I'm so dumb. I am so dumb. Whatever. We're just going to move on. We're just going to move on. Move 4 jump is really good. That's the conclusion I've come to, that move 4 jump is really good. And then what's the mode on this guy? Add jump to all my moves. This guy, 6 health, 1 shield, 2 move, 2 attack. Seems good. But if there's not a way for me to like switch my guy into where that guy is, which if there is, I'm not seeing it, then I don't know. An 80 initiative, shield 1, retaliate 1 kind of sucks. I'm so confused. I'm already bitter against Hive for just confusing the ever-living hell out of me. Alright, reduce all moves by 1. So we have suffer 2 damage at the start of each of your turns, reduce all attacks by 1, reduce all moves by 1. We have another reduce all moves by 1. Add -1 to all your move abilities. Add -1 to all your move abilities. Okay. So we're going to have a hard time moving. Play 1 card from your hand to perform... Ooh. To perform a summon action is if you are occupying the hex occupied by the target of the attack ability. And then we've got transfer modes and heal 2 self. I mean, attack 3, range 3 is pretty decent. We don't have anything that buffs up ranged attacks. I guess this would make it attack 2, pierce 5 if we needed pierce. So that's kind of sad that we don't get to buff up Lunchpod at all. But we get to bring in a summon for free. We get to do an attack 3. We get to like play a summon card and do an attack 3. So like on an odd number of cards rest cycle, you can bring in a summon with attacking. So it seems good. Heal 4, move 4. That seems really, 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 really important. so that I can get into position to swap things into the right spot. And then so that I can heal up. Grant one of your summons extra move. Grant one of your summons extra attack. Okay, so this attack +1 into this guy is insane because he attacks for 3 into all adjacents with Pierce 2. So that's like the best thing to do. Yeah, the Arcane Generator is like definitely the best thing to do. All right, why is that an X card? A 3-target attack 2. If we take 2 damage at the beginning of our turn, then it's a 3-target attack 3. It's also transfer and loot, which that seems like a pretty good loot ability. This is transfer and heal. Okay. We've got transfer. Instead of placing your previous mode card's standee on the map as your summon, move that card to your discard pile. So if we transferred, then this would become the mode, I would become this, and this would get discarded. But it gets discarded rather than getting lost, because these are all lost summons. So this is another way to get more stamina, which is pretty good, because if we're a 10-card class that's playing lost summons, we need ways to get extra stamina. On the bottom, play 1 card from your lost pile to perform a summon action on the card. Then transfer, then move 2. And then this card is lost forever. Okay. I mean, this seems really important for if, you know, your summon gets crit and you couldn't let it die. You just lose 1 card to get it back. Transfer, heal 2 self. All adjacent allies and enemies suffered 1. Okay. Move 2, all enemies that target one of your adjacent summons with an attack this round target you with that attack instead, regardless of range or line of sight. Okay. I'm not the biggest fan of this card, I don't think. Attack 2, target 2, range 3. But once again, this is a ranged attack, so we don't have any way to buff this up. The only mode we have that does anything for us is the Pierce. But if we're just adding Pierce, then it's attack 1. And who cares about an attack 1 that pierces, especially on a level 1 deck? But the bottom grant 2 moves, move 2 summons, move 3. Oh, here we go. Attack 2, transfer, attack 2. And this is a way that we would be able to transfer without having to suffer the 2 damage at the start of our turn. So it would be attack 2, transfer into this summon, and then attack 3. That's not even all that good. I don't understand how this is supposed to be good. This doesn't even sound good to me. I don't see how we're supposed to have the stamina to play a whole bunch of lost summons. Some of the modes are cool and interesting, but they're not... Where are you getting any damage from? I mean, I guess I'm discounting the whole fact that all of the summons are getting to attack every round. But how many summons are you really bringing? Oh. I don't know. I do not know how I'm going to do this. I don't see how this is going to be strong, is the problem. All right. At level 2, dampening unit, 5 health, 2 move, attack 1 at range 2. I feel like that's written really weirdly. Maybe it's not. Okay, whatever. All adjacent allies gain 1 shield, but not it itself. But I get 2 shield for the first attack that damages me each round. And it's a move 5 on the bottom. That seems like a really good summon. Or we have attack 3, range 5. Whenever one of your summons would suffer damage, you may suffer that amount -1. Transfer that summon, discard this card, and gain an experience. I don't know. Machine Bolter. No movement, 3 range, attack 2, target 2. Here we go. Add +1 target to all your ranged abilities. All your ranged attacks have -1 shield. Did this guy not have a downside? No downside to this guy. So all your ranged attacks have 1 less range, but they're multi-target. So this long-range missile is attack 2 target, attack 3, range 4. That's still really good. Move 2, grant 2 summons move 2. That seems really good. Transfer, grant the summon placed by the transfer ability attack +1. So that is where the Hive was standing, is the one who will get to be doing the attack. So that could be pretty good. Control 1 enemy within range 4 to move 1, attack 2. Control 1 enemy within range 4 to move 1, attack 2. Very interesting. I mean, if there are traps on the map, move them into a trap and then have them attack an ally. Okay. Toxin Distributor. 6 health, 2 move, poison with every attack, and it's melee. Heals targeting you do not increase your hit point value. Oh, great. Why would we want to increase our hit point value? And we add poison to all of our attacks. Move 1, transfer, and shield 2. I don't know. Attack 2, transfer, attack 3. We saw this card already, except this is worse initiative, and it's only 1 more damage. Transfer, move 3, all adjacent enemies suffer 1. I like that bottom. 7 health, move 3, attack 2, melee. When attacked, reduce the damage by 1 for each negative to condition the attacker has. And add immobilize. But I am immobilized. I cannot perform move abilities and add immobilize to all my attacks. What the heck happens if I can't perform move abilities? How do I move the things around? I'm not even going to try to figure it out. I'm not going to try to figure it out. I feel like this is really important, and I'm just never going to even try to attempt to understand it. I do like immobilize 3 targets in range 3, though. If you have 2... I don't get it. How do you have 2 modes? We haven't seen anything so far that lets us have 2 modes. If you have 2 modes, move 1 mode card from your active area to your discard pile. If you have 1 mode, you may place 1 card with a summon action from your hand into your active area without gaining the experience, and place a mode token on it. Treat this card as an additional active mode. I don't know. So you just get to have 2 until the next time you play this card, and then can you bring it down at any time, or you can only bring it... I guess if you brought it down, it would go to the lost pile. So the only way to make it not go to the lost pile is to do this. But then does this let you change the position of people? You can't change the position of them unless you can have 2 over here. But if you can have 2 over here, then when this guy jumps in, then I would swap like this, and then the next turn I would swap like this. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay, so we need level 5 so that we can have 2 modes up so that we can switch the positions of things. So level 5 makes the arc generator, the shocking pulse, a lot stronger because it can get the surround given to you by the coiled limbs. You just have to have 3 summons, which is 2 lost cards. So you would be an 8 card class at that point. But doing this means that you're sacrificing 1 attack per round, but it also means that the hive itself is stronger because you get to have 2 Special abilities. Oh, if all of your single target melee abilities become ranged, and then all of your ranged abilities have extra target, if you have both of these modes, then that's insane. If there's a way to get 3 modes out, then you add +1 to all of your melee attacks. But it's not a melee attack anymore once you add the range to it. So do you increase the damage and then add the range and then add the target? Ugh, okay. At least now I finally see how to move people. Also, move 4 grant a summon move 4 seems really good. Never ever taking this net dispersal. I think I'm taking Code Geminate for sure. A flying sword with 1 health. Great. Why would we need more than a health? With 5 move. Oh, but it's not lost. Okay. Okay. Give wound to all adjacent figures and self at the end of turn. What? At the end of each of your turns, 1 adjacent enemy suffers 2, and you suffer 1. Okay. Move 3, attack 1, target 2. I like that. Transfer, heal 5 self, transfer. That seems really important just to be able to do. It's at a good initiative too. Transfer, loot, heal. I don't know. I'm not making any sense of the things I'm seeing. Like, most of the time, like when I was reading the infuser cards, it's like, okay, I can see how this can pair with that. I can see how this can pair with that. With Hive, it's just, I can see how I'm going to be very confused. Five health, 1 move, attack 2, range 4 in a triangle pattern. It's pretty good. Bottom is attack 2, range 4, which seems a little underwhelming. Whenever you suffer damage, 1 adjacent ally suffers 1. But we get to add +2 push to all of our attacks. Ugh, I don't know. Don't know. I like the bottom, but... Play 2 cards from your lost pile to perform the summon actions of both cards without gaining the experience. Okay, so we lose 1 card forever, but we get 2 summons out of it. That's pretty good. That it reminds me kind of like Low Tide or High Tide, whichever one it was. I think it's Low Tide though, from the Coral. 91 initiative, move 3, grant 1 of your summons, teleport 8. This teleport must end in a hex adjacent to you. Okay. It's fine. It seems really good if you're doing like the ranged guy with no move. I don't see how we're scaling to be anywhere close to as strong as any of the other classes in the game. Summon Shield Spider, 7 health, 3 move. Like, these summons have no health. They're all going to get 1 shot. How do I make them not die in a singular turn? Seven health. I mean, because, like, I know that the freaking Ice Wraiths were attacking me for, like, 10 plus. Like, a base attack of 10. So none of these summons survive that. 7 health, move 3, attack 2. At the end of your turn, perform ward within range 4. I like that. But who does it ward? Does it just target the same way healing does? At the start of each of your turns, ward self with no negative effect. Move 3, transfer, move 3. 3 target, attack 3, wound. Transfer, move 1, wound all adjacents. It's good. Those are both good. Attack 2, transfer, attack 2, transfer, attack 3. Kill all of your summons from actions with lost icons. For each summon killed, perform Brittle Bane, target 1 normal or elite enemy in range 4. Okay. I mean, it's a hell of a going out present. I like that. 9 health, so finally something with a little bit of health. Move 2, attack 4, so it's our highest attacking summon. Shield 1, Pierce 3. During order of initiative, increase your initiative value by 15. Add +3 to your first attack each turn. I think the other one's way better. Move 2, all adjacent allies and enemies suffer 2. Shield 2. That is really good. This bottom is really good. The summon, I feel like, kind of sucks. Maybe sucks is a strong word. It is a summon that attacks for 4 every round and is quite tanky. It's actually a lot better than the unicorn, because the unicorn was 7 health, I believe, with 4 attack and 3 pierce and 3 move. I don't know. I have no idea what to think. We start with 80 gold, I believe. 20 plus 6 times 10. We start with 3 perks. Player 4, player 4, player 4. Yeah, 3 perks. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. It feels like this is like at least 9, but it's not. 3 perks. I mean, I guess we'll take the long rest. Pick what your summons do. Or maybe I want the move a summon too, because I feel like I'm going to be playing this aimed assault a lot. And so I would love to be able to move it. And we get rid of -1s. Let's do that. And then next we'll save up for the... Next we'll save up for the long rest and then remove the -2, I think. But I feel like being able to move a summon is going to be very valuable. 80 gold. Let's grab Boots of Speed. I mean, we already know we're going to want Boots of Speed, right? We've got like some 20s. Yeah, it's actually not as important as it can be on some other classes. But yeah, after we've played our 2 fast cards, then we're going at like 27. So let's grab Boots of Speed. I know I have a pair still. So 50 gold remaining. So it's either Warden's Robes or the better version, but you have to go fast for it. It's purple, the Mantle of Summoning. Never used this thing before. It uses up like all my gold. I was really hoping that after reading Hive, I would be really excited to play it, and I am definitely not. Yeah, Warden's Robes is only 10 more gold. The nice part about it is that I don't have to go faster than the monsters, but especially with being able to still use it on a long rest, that seems really good. This makes me think that I might want Renewing Potion. Although, since it's an active for the round, I wouldn't be able to, like, use it. Well, but I could Renewing Potion on the next turn to get it back, and that wouldn't be an issue. So if I do that, I have 10 gold left, and there's nothing to buy for 10 gold. Is there? No, nothing for 10 gold. Alright, well, I mean, I guess we're done. I can get a potion, so do I want Renewing Potion? What else sounds any good? I think just Renewing Potion sounds good. Swiftness Potion would be okay. Maybe on some of them, like expertise potion would be okay. Frenzy potion, I think, sounds interesting because I can have wound on all my attacks. No, I can have +1 on my attacks, or I can have a ton of pierce on my attacks, or I can have range on all my melee attacks. So frenzy potion would be good because frenzy potion is actually a ranged potion, which is good. Power potion isn't very much of anything. Blessed potions are not going to be good. Health potion might be important. This is a class that wouldn't really mind the plague flask, I guess. Elements are completely non-existent. I guess we'll do the renewing potion. 92. Rockroot Snow Thistle, I don't think I have that. Alright, so no potion. We'll rock the no potion. What herbs do I have? Is that just frenzy potion? Corpse cap rockroot? Yeah, let's grab it. Frenzy potion 94. It seems like it could potentially be used by us to a little bit of effect. It can be either a ranged attack or an attack for 3. I just don't have any herbs. We're literally out of herbs now. We took the perks. I don't know, man. Cards to not bring. I mean, it's got to be at least 2 summons I'm not bringing. Let's not bring the armored tank. I mean, I've already got tanky characters that I'm playing with. I've already got 2 characters that want to tank as is. So I think I'm going to be doing a lot of damage. So I want the Reconstructive Aid. I want the Aimed Assault. Do I not want this Hunter Killer? I feel like I don't want this Hunter Killer. I don't think I can... On this difficulty, I'm not going to be able to afford to tank any hits. This thing can't tank any hits. If I'm suffering 2 and then teleporting in, I'm just dead. So no Hunter Killer. Coiled Limbs, I probably want the move forward jump. I think the Arcing Generator sounds very interesting to be able to try to do. If I'm playing these, what am I starting as my mode? Do I want either of these for their mode? Not really. I don't even want any of these modes. I mean, once I've taken damage, heal 2 at the beginning of each of your turn is good. I don't know. I am definitely not seeing it. Coiled Limbs just feels like very situational. I want it just for the move forward jump. The Shocking Pulse is good, but like, do I want my mode to be reducing my damage by 1 on all my attacks? Like forever? Because I like the idea of just having this sniper turret and just playing around the sniper turret and keeping it in the back and having it move up by it pulling the granted moves from the attack modifier deck. Because I've got a lot of people standing in front of me, and so I'm just going to be chucking out ranged damage. And so who is my mode while I sit back and chuck out ranged damage? I'm not seeing it. I guess I just bring a useless mode, like adding jump to all my attacks. Or all my moves. Not a fan. We will have to see if it ever clicks. Maybe I don't want this launch pod just because I don't want to bring in summons because they suck. Well, I don't know.